Hi, good evening. This is Ride the Wind. I think it's 2:16, Tuesday. Sorry for the lighting. I've been kind of on this all day. Actually, I've been on the cams, and I'm totally blown away. I'm just blown away. That's all I got to say. Life-changing experiences every time I get on these cams. Um, Man, I want to talk about synchronicity first, which is a thing that's being bounced around the community, which is a word that literally defines what's going on. And it's good that they're saying that because they're leaning towards the quantum realm, and that's where we need to be looking. Is behind that big flat screen, not at it. Okay, because something's behind it. This is all wrong. This is not Nibiru. These are not planets that I think you're showing, because I see solid planets. I don't see like little refractions or whatever the case may be. My videos are of solid planets. One over top of freaking Detroit right now, flashing at the toll plaza. I'm in Butte Mountains in Colorado. The thing is flashing, they're flashing, whatever in the south is flashing so bright that it knocks out the cam I'm on, and I got to log back in. How's that? Okay, goes gray. But I got that captured too for the drama, you know what I mean? And the same thing happened to me when the sun was blowing up in Russia. I can't say what the name, I forget. It's hard to say. Rostov. Okay, I'll have an order of Rostov, please. It's a freaky place to be, and I'm just watching the red plant and the egg, which is, spend your time in Alaska getting these things. Okay, go to Russia, you guys. Go to Sweden. Go to Denmark. Go to Iceland. Go to freaking Alaska, because it's cooking there. And I want to talk about that real quick. That's where I've been for the last 3 hours. Okay, Anchorage or Euclid, depending on where the clouds are set. Right. There's this set, and this is the dragon. I don't care what you guys say. I think I'm going to go 100% to my grave on this one, because it's what they showed in Star Wars. It's what they show it to be on TV. It's a star, okay, that's not here yet. It's still small, but obviously we're in, perhaps it's iron oxide realm. Okay, and that's where these satellites that are asteroids that are skimming by us are coming from. It's the leading of the system. But I don't believe it's a Nibiru system. I don't believe what man wrote down. I don't believe Revelations. Steve, the guy you had on today, he leaded to a secret society. He said where this all began. I know, that's where I've been. Okay, so we gotta get behind the screen, okay? Because what I think, and again, listening to the guy that was on WSO, I forget the name, but he was pretty cool. He's smart. I'm seeing people that match what I'm saying, like 100%. So I'm not out there, which is cool. I could cite 4 videos that have come out in the last 4 or 5 days that match exactly what I've been saying, right? So anyway, let's get back to Alaska. This thing comes flaming down. I don't know if there's the orange ball in front of it, but it is a red ball right behind it, right? And I'm watching this thing come down. And the sun, last time I saw it, which was, I don't know, a couple of weeks ago, because it kind of freaked me out, okay? But here it came down like this with an orange ball with this red ball behind it, right? The sun was over here, but the sun seemed to cook on over to the right to cover it out. And it was blasting it like it does in Switzerland to cover that other red ball. And anyway, I watch the sun come down. I watch it burn through the sun. I watch it surrounding in this spectacle. God, it looks like fairy dust, but you can see the white flaming balls around it. Okay, and I needed to do more research on this. These are not etheric lines that I'm trying to get into more, okay? Which is, oh man, it can lead into strangelets. We have merged our reality with another reality. That's clear, okay? Well, let me finish with this Alaska deal. So anyway, I'm looking at this thing, and I got the whole thing in the sequence setting, but the sun's over top of it. Why is it way over there, number one? But it's still blasting through, still blasting through. And these colors that surround it are a myriad of just pinks and reds and greens. And you can see around it, again, the lights, even red ones, small red ones that surround it. And it's got its own cloud above it, a golden cloud, which is right beneath the sun. Okay, so the ecliptic that people are pitching is wrong. It's wrong. This thing is coming up in the east, and then it's going to the west, which would explain some of this glow. Okay, but I think the glow, the planets, everything else, most of them, okay, let's say 80% of them are manufactured. You're looking at them on a quantum screen, and they are created with chems, particulates, CERN, the transfers of energy. So I'll get into that. I'll get off what I think is Nibiru. Let's get to the transfers of energy that I watch and that people call plasma storms or call discharges between planets. Wrong again, wrong again, wrong again. They are transfers through Shiva Lingas, okay? Which is a pattern which people need to know, learn, because this is part of our reality, what this thing does, okay? It emits and it receives energy, okay? So I spend time, gosh, I hope I got time. I spend time at Kill Devil Hill. I check in there every once in a while, day or night, something's cooking, right? Okay, well, Kill Devil Hill is kind of monument. What's that monument shaped like? A phallic symbol, okay? It's a Shiva. It's a Shiva Linga. So I'm sitting there watching it today while the sun blinks on and off. As it's transferring energy or receiving it, I have no idea. And I have no idea what the next station it was getting it from, particle collider, accelerator, I don't know. But it was transferring energy, okay? The sky split in half, okay? I hope I got that on camera, okay? Now, I guess I should really go on about one thing. I've been talking about Notre Dame. I've sent out videos. I've showed people the plasma storms that were coming there. I talked about the Merovingian dynasty, which I need to, as this guy said, think of different ways to say the words that I'm saying because I think I'm lighting fires. That society that he's talking about is the Merovingian half sea goat, half man beast that they've created to come out and beat the beast that is the dragon that I hold in the Japanese spirit, a king, a 10-horned king, okay? And we're following their little game. We're following it. We're going to play it right along with them. Or we're going to think out of the box and start thinking about his stuff because the planets don't look right. Now, they could be created to see our reaction and feed that crap into an IA, quantum computer, which perceives all dimensions at best and figure out the way we're going to act and plan how we're going to act when the system that I think I'm seeing is really coming in. How about that? Because I've been through chained hell. So I know the game. I know what they did there. They scanned everybody on our reactions, how our brains went, everything, I think, right? And the military also learned moves because they were practicing moves, right? So they gained intel or data on both sides. I tell you, if you were in the middle of that, it would have changed you. You watch a squad of jets hit the blue and disappear. It's pretty freaky, and when you pull your neighbors out of the house to see that also, So that is, I think, what they're running on us. These planets, they don't look right. And you guys know it, man. Now, are they in another dimension coming at us? I don't know. Are they parked right off our bow? No, I don't think so. I think these planets are huge. So again, I'm going to go back to the transfer of energy, which you're seeing in a lot of videos where the electricity goes sideways or whatever the case may be. These boys, 30,000 particle colliders, accelerators, that's above the particle accelerators, 30,000 particle colliders, your thermonuclear reactors are all Shiva Lingas. Be clear on that, and they are transmitting energy to CERN. Everything we're perceiving right now is wrong. It's not right. It's a disreality. That's what we have to look at it as, or we're going to fail. Now, I could tell you other things that are going on around the world, but I'm at 9 minutes right now. But gosh, I wish I could say the eyes that are appearing, the clouds now in front of the cluster of asteroids that's headed at us from Emery Field. That's Arizona. I think I talked about Euclid, the bending of the light and the bending of the planets and the shadows. Okay, these shadows are now appearing on the ground as planets. All right, so you can see a planet in the sky and look around on the ground because there's an exact copy of that planet. The shadows. Okay, I don't know what those are. Are they planets really being hid? How come those are shadows and we've got these other ones that are luminous red that we can pick up through clouds in Russia? How's that work? Okay, think of something that may be projecting that from the backside end, and we are again playing the game wrong. And I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do it. I am not going to accept the Nibiru story. I'm going to accept parts of it because it fits. The dark part of what these people are trying to do, which is obvious to me. We're being, number one, we're being sprayed by roaches. And I see them manifesting destiny. I see them having not or whatever, bringing this, what I just talked about in Euclid, through a porthole, maybe that's how he arrived. I have no clue, but it was beautiful to see the clouds around this burning red star, and I mean, it took my breath away. It took my breath away, and it was real. These are solid burning objects, okay? They're not like something you can see through. They're not a silhouette. They're not a shadow, okay? So, please kind of just shift your thinking. And there's something sitting over freaking Pagoda, now sitting over Pagoda volcano in freaking China. And if you've seen that video, it happened on November 8th. I think that's the name of it. You're going to see what I'm talking about. What the hell is a big thing sticking out higher than a volcano? How's that work? How does it make a volcano look like an anthill? Whatever this thing is floating behind it. And it's the third volcano I've caught it behind. So it's not an illusion coming out a window or whatever the case may be. And I've also got screens. I've got screen failures. Okay. I've got these round things that are coming together, right? I caught them in the moonbeam the moon when there ain't even supposed to be a full moon. And, I think it was in, I wrote it down. Not Pagoda, Vizawa, something like that, right? So, there's a refraction next to the moon, and it's also beaming down, and it's lighting up this whole bay, right? Okay, there's these two lenses which I've caught before beneath the sun. Look like lenses. I'm going to say lenses, okay, but they aren't. They're frequency, okay. But first they look like dual lenses, then they combine, and then they make the freaking eye, okay. Now I got an eye looking at me, and I'm like, man, I don't want to do this. But when I get caught in those situations, I got to go all the way through. I got to see what the moon's going to do. Is this other, what I'm calling an etheric light beam, generate this, which there's storms of those, and I really want to get into that, but dang. Anyway, they combine to make an eye. Etheric light beams, okay, teleport guys, fairies, angels, all over the place, okay? White balls, and they're here, and they are a good presence. So we have many behind us. That part of the story is true too. And I already believe that. It's like I know what part of the story is true and what's not, okay? But I don't believe that we're going to go through this without any suffering. We're going to man up before this is done. We're going to have to man up. That's my feeling, and we're going to have to man up or accept what they want, So what do you do when you get in that situation? That's the question we need to be asking ourselves. I think last thing I want to talk about is, I think I led into Notre Dame. I saw that coming. I have the videos of the plasma storms, or or something that's within there. And I talked to you about in Merovingian history, there was something entombed inside Notre Dame. It's Passover. Start adding this stuff up because we need to keep our eyes open and our heads up, because it's when these religious holidays hit. I don't care if it's Hindu, I don't care if it's Christian, something slams down. Okay, a storm or whatever the case, and people die. Okay, so that's kind of weird right there. All right, I've been on Notre Dame, and I've got plasma storms that would blow you away. It looks like rain coming down, but again, it is arthurical, and I hope I'm saying etheric light beams. I hope I'm saying that correctly. These are dimensional openings. These are things breaking through, okay, at a very high speed. All right, so we've merged dimensions. Nothing's right. You got to keep that in your head. All right, so the Merovingian is, again, where it all boils down to. You know, they're the ones who want to reenact this. They've got every secret society behind them to do it, and they're going to do it. And it's going to be a battle of the gods. They brought him here to kick his ass. That's what I think. I think they brought him here through whatever method, the same way they're going to bring Shiva in the game back, through whatever method. And I've got things going into holes. I've got, man, I can't even identify all the different entities out there. You know, Daytona Beach, there's a cloud sitting there. It don't move. Okay, there's a cloud sitting in Wells Beach in Maine. It don't move. It don't move. It's always there. They're always trying to put a roll cloud in front of it. When I go there at night, there's a glow. Okay, these things are all over the place. So we are not looking at the full picture. I think we're looking at lens flares again, guys, you know, instead of reality. You got to look around the world and again, go to Europe. I mean, it's wide open hunting there. Let me do this real quick. I want to talk about what I practice. And it's stated in a certain way. It's a tetrahedron, right? And it's a triangle that goes up and a triangle that goes down. And if you spin that, it creates an illusion of just one. That's what everything is based on. That is what our frequency is based on, and apparently fusion is based on. I just want to read this, you know? And if I've gotten smart with anybody on comments, you know, it's because I don't believe in what they're saying, and I'm educated in a different way. And I'm well educated in recovery, okay? So I say keep that intimate. Keep your relationship with God intimate. That is you and him alone. There's a story about nothing else exists around you, just you and God. Have you ever heard that? That everything around you is an illusion. The only existence that you have is with you and it. It's called an entity. Think of your life that way, right? Because it's all this outside perception that screws us up and that's got us programmed into this fake world. But according to this, which is a Makabra, is what you call those things when they spin, okay, which is actually a tetrahedron, which represents, again, God's face. And I've traced it all the way that it means fusion under all these gods. Okay, so think of that while I'm saying this. According to 1212, is a code porthole. When you enter this resonance within, it activates your Makabra field. When this happens, you are in alignment with the human heart connecting to the united consciousness. That would be the collective that I refer to all the time. That would be knocking down the primal doors. Sometimes, always, we don't lose our demons. We only learn to rise above them, okay? You work them out the best you can, but they're always going to be there to teach you a lesson. You know, get real with that. There's no pill. There's no meetings unless you're doing a one-on-one with an LCDC that you've got an experience with, and that LCDC has gone through addiction. You don't want to talk to an LCDC that's reading from a book. That's a very sad situation. Don't do it. You want to develop an intimate relationship with them. You want to work out every problem, and it's work. It took me 4 years. And again, I still haven't lost my demons, but I know how to rise above them. I know how to go be alone for 3 years and deal with it and really know myself, okay, with losing self, which is a complicated thing, but I'll get back into it. Okay, so according to 1212, a code porthole, when you enter this resonance within it, activates the Makabrs field. When this happens, you are in alignment with the wish human heart, connecting to the unity consciousness. That's the two pyramids again. Forever Conscious, that's who this comes from, .com. And it talks about spirit guides. And it talks about what 777 means, 666, which means you're out of light, get back to it. Doesn't say anything dark. 555, 444, 333, 222. If you're seeing these numbers in 444, which is God, I think I said yesterday, and then I run into this. So that's kind of creepy. When the spinning macabre force is around someone, it's believed that they have activated the ability to travel across different dimensions, shape of the macabre, and its chariot of mode of transfer for light and body. Okay, so what that just said, what I'm reading it as, okay, a chariot of mode of transfer for light of body, escaping using frequency. Maybe that's the way these numbers work. Maybe we're supposed to use, and I hate saying this, what they're using against us back against them. Same with YouTube. If we united, we could use their little tool and turn it back in on them. Come on. Let's use a little intelligence on this. Let's work with the collective. Let's get out of what you're seeing and say it's not real. Okay? They're doing some kind of test, and the beer's out there. Anybody needs to see it. Try. Okay? I'm sending stuff out, I believe, tonight. I feel a kick, to a few people that I owe. And I'm sorry, I'm dealing with so much, but I want to say I love you guys. I hope I said the right thing in the end. Seeing the other dimensions. Seeing the other dimension arrows up to create a real reality. You have to see all the dimensions. You have to be able to perceive all the dimensions to actually have a reality. So it's saying if you can get into this macabre field, which is basically what I've been saying to you, just ask to go to the collective, find silence, lose everything you love, walk away from everything you love, okay? Just take off and go sit on the mountain. You got problems you need to work out? Work it out. You know what I'm saying? Actually, you don't need any crap unless you're withdrawing, okay? And you're going to need medical attention. And I highly, highly recommend that any withdrawal be done with medication, but don't stay on the medication that they give you. They're pumping Subutex and they're pumping Suboxone. It's 20 times worse. I'm going to leave it with those drugs right there. And I think I pretty much outlined how we need to seek help. Find your spirit bearer. Find that LCD, find that counselor that I had for 4 years that made me bust my ass to get out of troubles and beatings and horrors that I dealt with as a child, My mother, tying me to a chair and light me up. How's that sound, gang? I've been there. I've been hurt bad. I left home. Tossed out at 14. I've been doing it ever since, and I carry still a lot of luggage that I have to carry because it's in the lesson. It's in the quickening. It's part of what we need to hold. It's part of what we are, Again, you can only learn to rise above your demons. And I suggest that you do get sober for this thing coming up. We could use your help thinking this out, because I know you people out there that are addicted, that are denying reality. I know you're real smart. I know you. I know who you are. I know exactly who you are. And to all the 144s and all those others that are trying to wake up, I hope you follow me. I hope you think out of the box. And I hope you just I looked at WSO. That's all I've been looking at. I'm not looking at anything else. I don't want to hear it. I do not want to hear it anymore. I can figure this one out on my own. I've heard enough. My cache is filled with 3 years of listening to what others think. Think on your own. Find yourself. I agree 100% with WSO. And hope you're not mad. The comments I thought the other night, man, but I had to. The fucking joke. I'm sorry. I got to say it, We need to be, I'm a candid guy. So I'm going to be candid with my 54, 56 subscribers. With anybody. If I see it, I'm going to challenge it, And everybody should do that. You see somebody talking, right under comments, ask them what the fuck they're talking about. Ask them to explain. If you've got a different thought, put it down. Just get your word in there. It's time for us to wake up. Next thing we're going to do is fight for our freedom. This is not going to be a cool deal. I don't care what y'all think. When it rolls in, you either take it or not. How's that going to go? So think about that. Think about Banu. Think about Ragula. And have a great evening. The things that are blasting out in the freaking east and the south, I have no clue. Okay, but I think it's man. I think he's out there creating this stuff. I think he's the one out there flicking the button. Otherwise, it's these ET boys that are floating around. But it damn sure ain't real, And they're pulling off and they're dragging us down the exact road they want us to. I love you all very much. I want you to ride the wind. I want you to get out there and think, okay? I'm seeing these little white storms all over the place. I saw them. Gee, guess where I saw them? I saw them at Notre Dame. And I saw Notre Dame almost burn one night from a plasma storm. Anybody wants that, that's I'll put it beneath Johnson Darrell 59@gmail.com. I saw all this coming. I'm not trying to be a little smartass. I'm not trying to be, damn sure not trying to be a prophet. We got an in-house prophet. I just stay away from that, I come up with my own conjecture, and I'll take it from people who are scholars on the quatrains. But I want to make my feelings clear. I deal with no bullshit. I'm trying to find the truth for us so we do this job properly. And it's our job to find out that truth. So what's behind the screen? One more time. What's behind the screen, guys? Have a good night. I love you all. 144's got my prayers. 44.